But the seed of betrayal in a man's heart, that never goes away.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, I bear witness that Allah appeared in the personage of Master Fraud Muhammad. I also bear witness that the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad is his divine messenger. And I also continue to bear witness that the Most Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan was chosen and raised amongst us to lead us back to God. I greet you in the language of peace, of Assalamu Alaikum, which only means peace be unto you. Today was an interesting day. You know, to make extra money, I DoorDash. And it seems anything that we involve ourselves in, it's always going to be an enemy on the opposite side of that, or what we're striving to complete, to stop it. I did an order today, and it was a $2 order. And the reason I took this $2 order is because I said, this person probably really need this right here. I'm gonna go ahead and take this little order and take it to the brother, or take it to whoever put in the order. And when I took it to the person's complex, the address was very hard to find. Now, I done did a lot of deliveries for different businesses, and I'm good at finding an address. This apartment complex address was hard to find. So I seen somebody driving one of them little carts. So I said, okay, they must work for the development. So I asked them. I'm not too proud to ask if I don't know. I asked him, I say, brother, I say, do you know what 618 is? He said, oh yeah, man, go up in the front and go around to the side and go up a little further and it's right there. You can see the ramp right there. I go up there to the front, go to the side, I don't see a ramp. So I said, let me check across the street. I go on the street, I see an older couple. So I asked them, and they said, no, it's not over here. It's back across the street, I believe. I said, you're right, that's what the brother said. So I go back across the street. So I'm looking for this address. So it's one thing about me, I communicate. I'm gonna let you know what's going on. So I went into the app, I contacted the brother. I said, brother, I text him, I say, it's hard for me to find your address. I say, can you help me and give me guidance to get to you? Here's my number. I put my number and everything in there. No response, nothing. So I'm still looking for the address, and I had in my mind that if I take some more minutes on this order, I'm gonna take it back to the person who gave me that order, because that's just the chain of command. We as Muslims, our souls are never for sale, period. So I try to go to find his address again. I'm looking again because I want to get the person their food. He was looking at me the whole time. I'm talking to a brother in a wheelchair. So he said that he didn't know where the address was, but he stayed there. So the brother come up on me and say, are you the Uber driver? I said, yes, sir. Brother, just give me my order. Just give me my order. Just give me my order. I say, brother, I say, hold on, champ. You call me a little kid? I said, no, I ain't call you a little kid. I say, did you get my text? Because I text you my number so you can call me. I don't want to hear that. Just give me my order, man. I said, okay, well, here's your order. So as he walked off, he said, did you call me a child? So he started walking back on me, so I walked towards him. Don't get this shit twisted now. Don't get it twisted. I'm giving you the utmost respect. But don't get it twisted. And I walk up on him. And then he started walking back, talking about, I just want my order. And stormed off. I ain't give you no tip. I don't care nothing about no tip. I don't care nothing about no tip, but this was a $2 order that I said I'm going to decide to get to help somebody out. And on that $2 tip, it was a $2 zesty Negro. A feminine, emotional Negro. And what I mean by zesty, when I seen him, he had a bonnet on his head. And he was real emotional like a female. I say, man, we always find a way to try to discredit and try to devalue each other. Now we do this naturally. It's like putting on some clothes. This is how we just naturally do this. It's not even a thought no more. It's just a natural process of how you think and what you do. So I continued my day. And as I was continuing my day, I said, damn, this is crazy, man. Some of us are worse's enemy. And that leads me to my topic today. What I want to speak about is portrayal. And first I want to read the definition of what portrayal is. Because we live in the highest height of the fall of Satan's world. So portrayal is present. Present. Let me read you the definition of portrayal. Portrayal. An act of deliberate disloyalty. Like when your friend told other people all your secrets. What a portrayal. Portrayal root is portray. Means to mislead, deceive. Portrayal has to do with destroying someone's trust, possibly by lying. Portrayal. When a person portray you, they show you all the signs. It's just that sometimes we look over them. And by us looking over them are the same that we get destroyed by overlooking something that was right in front of our face. Portrayal. See, you can't give courteous or be nice to a devil, because a devil has so much hatred in his heart that the more you try to show him courtesy and love, he will reject you, because his mind and heart is not aligned with love. His heart is aligned with deception, deceit, lies, and portraying to be something that he or she is not. Like when we was all in the streets and when we were younger. Now, when you really find a person in the streets that was in the streets because this is how his mother was, this is how his father was, this is how his aunts was, this was his life. He was introduced with this life from his family. So this was the environment that he was raised in. So the probability of him engaging into illegal activities was extremely high. But it's something that he didn't choose. It was something that he was born into, and he just got involved with what he felt was comfortable for him. And what was comfortable for him was wrong. So when you find a real street brother that done been to prison, then did the wrong thing and killed and all that, they don't brag about that. They don't talk about how they was in the streets, how they did this in the streets, because it's nothing to be proud of. We lost friends and friendship in the streets. A real killer will never tell you or never act like a killer. And never. A real street dude is not going to glorify the streets. If anything, he going to pray to try to get his mind out of there so he can live a right life, because when you live in the streets, it's nothing but stress on you. It's stress. You can't trust nobody. And who want to live like that? Going to prison and being in the streets, that ain't nothing to glorify about. Man, we didn't sign up to go to prison. We caught a case that led us to prison, and we was forced to do the time. You don't find people that did 20 and 30 years talking about prison. How much time they did, what they did in prison, when they really have done it. Because it's nothing to be proud of. You thankful that you survived that trial in your life. But them fake ones, they try to act like they from the streets. You're not from the streets. They try to act like they did this and did that. See, it's one thing about a man. You don't have to go to prison to have the utmost respect. You don't have to be in the streets and live an illegal life to have the utmost respect. How do I know that? Look at our leader, the most honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. He never been to prison. He never even ran a traffic ticket. He don't even have a traffic ticket. And the world respects the most honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. You know why? Because he respects himself and know who his true and living God is. And what that do, it constitutes you. It gives you a strong constitution as a man. Like they say, keep it real, be real. What's being real? Being real is being in the streets. Being real is selling drugs. That's being real. Being real is getting your money to all means necessary. That's being real. You know what being real is? It's so simple. Being real is doing unto others, doing unto your brother or your sister what you want done unto you. That's being real. A person can just follow that law alone and make it around the world. He can even make it in prison if he caught a charge by respecting somebody else's space. And don't do to me what I wouldn't do to you. But a fake brother or sister, they try to project this glorified, fake, hollow street image. That's not you. So they lust for power, but God never give it to them. They lust to be the one. God never give it to them. They may have all the tools to make it happen, but they don't know how to use the tools that they have. And that's just being real. So what did this type of person do? He produced a fake image about himself. He wants you to believe that he was just a killer in the streets. And these type of people are so hollow within that they'll try to go search through the city to find an enemy connected to you so that enemy can go against you. This is how corrupt the heart of betrayal is deep. But this is how corrupt this person's heart is. Because he's a zesty type of person. He's zesty. Homosexual. He's a zesty person with feminine emotional ways. Because only a woman will do that, not a man. This type of person is dangerous, but he only resonates in the hearts of weak, insecure individuals. Period. He produces this image that you don't have to produce. A man is going to respect you regardless if you respect yourself. And this person's heart, somebody is always, they ain't all that. This is how they talk. They ain't all that. Oh man, that brother, man, he fake. If he fake, try him. If he fake, sick some people on him. And watch what happened to you. If he fakes, men don't play like that. Men don't, it's one thing about a real man, he never underestimate another man. Never. He gives you the respect that you deserve until you show him otherwise. And I hate these old zesty ass feminine type of dudes, man, because they create division. Allahu Akbar. Allah is indeed the greatest. The acts of betrayal, signs of betrayal, the heart of one who will betray you. It's easy to sin or hurt. The more you show that person love, the more they hate you. The more they talk about you. They talk about you to their queen, their friends. They talk about you to everybody. I wish I would sit around and talk about my minister and then bring my queen to service. And she see me talking about my brother, but she see me giving my brother honor, and then I'm at home cutting his back out, gossiping, eating the carcass of my brother in front of my queen. Man, she'll never see nothing like that from me. She'll never see nothing like that from me. Fake ass, man. You know when when it come down to it, this person, I'm gonna show you how to identify this fake person. They always cutting somebody down. Always. They always got something negative to say about somebody. And they build distrust in the hearts of their people or their family for the person that they disapprove of as a threat. So when you come around, they looking at you like you an enemy. But Allah know you ain't an enemy because he know what been discussed amongst real enemies. I don't go against the operation of my brother. To me, my brother is sacred to me. His blood is sacred to me. That's my brother. I wasn't raised with a tight-knit family. So when I got the nation, that was tight. And I held on to that. I respected and honored that. Always turning the brother against somebody. And then you got brothers that listen to it, hear it, and they follow it. But as they follow it, as the years go by, they're going to find themselves not being productive. They're going to find themselves not doing shit. You cannot evolve in this world today without the structure of unity, togetherness, and brotherly love. You can't. I asked Allah a question. And I asked Allah a question. Yep, that's right. I got a question, Allah. Absolutely. See, I talk to Allah. Like I'm talking to my friend, to my brother, to my father. I talk to him and I ask him questions. You damn right. I got a connection to God as well. I'm a part of his creation. He created me. He gave me his number through prayer. So I can call him anytime that I want to. And I call on God every day. Every day I get stronger and stronger and stronger. Allahu Akbar. Allah is indeed the greatest. Indeed. I ask Allah. I say, Allah, you see things that I don't see, hear things that I don't hear. Allah, why you keep allowing things like this to happen? This time I'm talking to Allah. And I say, Allah, why? You know what Allah told me? Don't worry about that. When I expose them, the world will see. When I expose them, they won't be able to hide under no rock or behind no tree. When I expose them, the world will bear testimony and bear witness of their hypocrisy. You just keep on doing what you're doing. Say Allahu Akbar. Allah is indeed the greatest. That was deep. See, we can play and pretend with ourselves. We can play and pretend fooling the public. But we are connected to Allah. We are created by Him. The devil can only hear what you say and then calculate against what you said. But Allah can hear your deepest thoughts. He can hear it before you even think about it. So, you want to play with that? Go ahead. Go ahead. You can be as good as the best of them, or as bad as the worst. Don't test me. It's one thing about a Muslim. When you got a good brother that's a Muslim, he is a good brother. I'm talking about a wholesome brother, man, who you were introduced to your grandfather, your grandmother, your children, everybody. You're proud of him or her. They're good. They're a good product of Allah. They're in good standings with Allah. But when you find a slimy Muslim who knows the truth, but the truth ain't in his heart, he's just a parrot that speaks the truth, that can be the most slimiest, wretched, deceitful Muslim that you can encounter. Because if you can't trust a Muslim, you can't trust nobody. And that's just being real. All these acts of being a killer, all these acts, you don't have to do that, because there's going to come a time when that's going to be presented and we're going to see what's happening. We're going to see what's happening. I value my brother. I pray to Allah that Allah keep my spirit. And I pray to Allah that when my trials, the ones that I have passed, but when my future trials come, to ask Allah to give me the guidance and the strength to overcome that trial, so I can get to a higher station with Allah. I don't condemn a brother who fall or look down on him because he fall, because I know what falling feels like. I know what falling and scraping your knee feel like. I know what that pain feel like. And anybody can fall. Allah has gave us the history of Malcolm, the history of Khalid, Conrad, and many more that have failed from being stars in the universe to exploding into nothing. So, who are we to go against the structure of the universe when Allah has gave us fair warning that he will destroy it? One thing you don't play with is God and his believers. I mean, you can play, but you're not gonna last. You're not gonna last. See, what I thank Allah for what he gave me is an interdependent thought. Some brothers only have an independent thought. What do you mean by that, Brother Kabir? What I mean by that is this. When you have an independent thought, you become limited to your ability to perceive, to weigh balance and justice. What I mean is, if you got an independent thought, somebody else might not like a brother because they got an independent thought. They might not like a person for their own wicked, deceitful, insecure reasons. And by you being a follower of that person, but you say that you're a follower of Allah, you say you're a follower of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, you say you're a follower of the most honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, you say you're a follower of Islam. But you take the coloring of that brother or sister, disapproval of that brother or sister. So if they don't like him or her, guess what, Brother Independent Thought? You don't like them. You don't like them. So when they come around, they can pick up on your energy, on your fake energy. Because you don't like the brother and don't even know him. You don't even know her. You don't even know him. You don't even know the person that's like that. But because you have an independent thought that's supported with nothing, because somebody don't like somebody you don't like, that's weak, bruh. That's weak, sister. That's weak. Now I'm going to tell you what an interdependent thought is. An interdependent thought is when you have the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Quran in you. So therefore, when a person is talking to you, and if they sliding off track, you can put them back on track. If they dislike somebody because you dislike them, you have enough weight of knowledge in you that's balanced to be able to make a just decision on that situation. You can say, brother, that's how you feel about the brother, but I don't feel that way about the brother. I don't feel that way about that brother. Absolutely not. Just because you don't like him don't necessarily mean I'm going to dislike him. Because you don't like him. And why would you try to get me to dislike somebody because you dislike them? We must have interdependent thoughts. The Quran and the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad must work together. And when a person talks to you, when you got that balance, you can see clearly who a person is. I don't give a damn how they try to hide. I don't care how they try to hide. And some people you just don't tell them yet that you know that you really is an enemy with your zesty ass. You really is an enemy. We must have an interdependent thought when we're dealing with our brother, when we're dealing with our sister. Give your brother and sister a just balance of how you view them. Don't view them based on somebody else's coloring of how they view them. Absolutely not. You will find portrayal with a high demand in the streets, in the church, in your work environment, and in the mosque. You will find portrayal. And in your heart, if you know that you is a brother, don't let no hypocrite take that value away from you. I owe my life to the most honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I owe my life to him. I have a plan. I have a plan of action. I'm not a talker. I'm a doer. When Allah blessed me with my business, when he blessed me with my business, I'm going to give a percentage. I ask Allah every day. They scam me out of my money. They scam me out of my money to start my business. I trusted a hypocrite. One of them old fake Indian talking people. It's supposed to happen in February, but it didn't happen. Because it was set back. But my plan is to generate money. And I want to generate money to give my contributions. But I'm not going to talk about what I'm going to do. You're not going to even know I did it. I'm going to give it to my leader. I'm going to give him, I'm going to bless the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Supreme. I ask Allah to bring this into existence every day. If it would have happened in February, my book, it'd have been rotating around the world in different languages and everything. But the enemy also planned too. But Allah is the best of planners. So it was delayed. Because it's one thing about me, I know where I'm supposed to be. Charity is a pillar of Islam. But I also give my charity too by my conduct as a Muslim. Any house that I've been in, and I say this with facts, any house that I've been in, can't nobody say that nigga was a hypocrite. That nigga smoked, he drink, he did everything, and then he go to the Mars and put on a suit. That nigga's a hypocrite. Can't nobody whose house I ever been in say that. And that's a fact. Allahu Akbar. I don't talk just to talk or try to make somebody believe what I'm believing. I'm speaking about from my experience. Because when you believe something, you believe it. And when you believe it, you conduct yourself in that manner. Without nobody seeing you. Am I perfect? No. But am I a fake Muslim? Hell no. Hell no. Do I got faults? Hell yeah. Charity is a pillar of Islam. So when you are a believer, charity is a necessity to cleanse your heart. And every time that I did pay my Savior's Day gift, I never told nobody I paid it. Because I'm not trying to be seen amongst the people. I'm giving that from my heart. Because that's my duty to Allah. That's why Allah said you pray in secret and He will reward you openly. I don't like being seen and all that, or I got to be the main center of attention. Because them the ones that be tried and they fail. Because you want to be seen. So when something is taken away from you, you can't even function no more, because that what you was striving to be, that you wasn't, was your fake image that you had. And when that fake image was taken away from you, your identity was taken away from you. Your soul was taken away from you. So you become nobody now. Charity is a pillar, and I know it is. I know it is. And if I can give, I will give. But if I can't, I can't. I will support my brother's business. I will support my family. I will support whatever they do. Do they support me? Absolutely not. So you're a hypocrite. You want people to support you, but you don't support your own. And some people support because you're forced to support. You're forced to go to certain places because you're forced. Allah is the best of planners. Allah download me information every day. Every day. You can't take my Islam away from me. I work for this. You can't take my consistency away from me. I work for this. You can't take what I have away from me. I work for this. Charity is a pillar. And when you're a believer and you don't pay your charity, or you're unable to pay it, or some things happen where you be like, time go by, you're like, I ain't paid my charity in a while. You got to correct that. Like me, I got to correct that. Because that gives the skeleton enemy, because the enemy is nothing but a parasite. He's a parasite. She's a parasite. That gives them room to talk. Oh, they don't give, so they're a hypocrite. They can justify you being practicing hypocrisy because you haven't gave. When Minister Farrakhan started rebuilding the nation, he financed his house. Him and Mother Khadijah used to write the Final Call newspaper. They used to be in the basement doing the Final Call newspapers. And one time, the minister was in FOI class, and he was doing push-ups. And the believers, because he was around real believers that had a heart, because this is what he produced. Fearless warriors who loved him. He was doing push-ups, and they seen the bottom of his shoes had holes in it. What a man that is. He's not even concerned about how he's dressing. He's concerned about the mission. And when they seen the bottom of his shoes, they started giving him money. They started giving him money. He didn't ask the believers for a dime. He set the precedence. He set the example. So today, believers around the world give him, because he have earned his rights. He have earned his rights. He didn't ask them nothing. They gave because they willingly wanted to give. That's a man of God. He didn't go take the money and go on a golf course and knock a ball in a hole that you can't even play golf. He didn't do none of that. He didn't take the believers' money and squander the unbelievers' money. He didn't do none of that. He put that money right back into the nation. I love Minister Farrakhan, man. Also, to touch on something else about our leader, how divine-minded he is, and just certain things he just didn't do. When him and Wharf Dean Muhammad, may God bless Brother Wharf Dean Muhammad's soul, when him and Wharf Dean was at odds, you know, when the most honorable Elijah Muhammad build everything that we have in the nation. And it took us time to build that economic structure. And for somebody to sell it overnight, that's pain, betrayal. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad was moving to build that. He was moving. And everything what he accomplished, it was sold overnight. So the love that the most honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan had for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, that pained him. So they was at odds. Because the way the most honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan looked at the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, like his father. So whatever hurt the most honorable Elijah Muhammad hurt the most honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So that put them at odds. But even at his odds, I heard the most honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan say that even when they was at odds, he never spoke ill about Wharf Dean Muhammad in front of his children. The most honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is a man, a divinely guided man. We won't never find another Farrakhan. We won't never find another Farrakhan. 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 Never will we find a divinely guided man like that. But we talk about each other. We castigate them. Make them seem like they enemies in the nation. To hide your wicked ass. We talk about other brothers to put the shadow on them to hide our zesty ways, to hide our insecurities, to hide our hypocrisy. Allahu Akbar. And if you also as a believer, we have to be introduced to financial literacy. Now, let me be clear of this. Minister Farrakhan wasn't born to be a businessman. He was born specifically by Allah to teach the word of God that will stimulate down the line businesses for us. He wasn't brought in the world to teach business. He was designing the world to bring our souls back to God, back to Allah. Yes. But in the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, we have to establish business. And if a brother say we don't have to establish business, where he worked? He worked for the white man. Who give you your job? Who give you your money? The white man. We have to become familiar with financial literacy. Because in our communities, like I say, it developed cracks in our communities. And in those cracks, the Arabs, the Indians, and the Chinese live in those cracks, and they draw all the money out of the community and put nothing back in return. And have no thought of putting nothing back in return. So who is the answer to our situation? Us. We don't want to feed them. We don't want to keep their businesses alive. We do. We're the biggest consumers in the world. So if we're the biggest consumers in the world, then let's own some of that economic real estate. Minister Farrakhan said that business is the activity of a living person. Like a brother might say, we don't need to open a business. We need to just teach the word. Yeah, right. Get out of here, man. Get that shit out of here. That's like saying, all I need is all I need is to drink water, but I don't need to eat food. Go right ahead. Just drink water. The Bible says that man can't survive on bread alone. How can I teach the word of God and just be outside? We got a lesson. We got lessons on the mystery God. Will you sit at home and wait for that mystery God to bring you food? We don't believe in no mystery God. If I don't go out to make money, won't nothing go into my account. I don't give a damn how much I preach. Now, when you go out and go to service, you go out and serve Allah, when you go out into the business, positive energy is following you. So opportunities might just fall from everywhere from that point, but you make it motion. You serving Allah. You serving God. Whatever God you serve, when you serve him and you go out into the field, your blessings will come. And that's a fact. But you can't sit at home or just read the word of God and think that your blessings are going to come. What does faith mean? Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Just speak the word of God. We don't need to do nothing else but just speak the word of God. Man, that's silly, man. That's some silly, immature thing. That's silly. That's silly. That's silly. Well, all I need to do is drink water. I don't need oxygen. That's silly. The teachings inspire you to open up a business and set your business at high standards and put your prices at the best interest that reflects the people. Your prices should reflect the best interest of the people because that's your business. And you can set your prices how you want to sell them because it's yours. We need definitely financial literacy in our community. And because we don't have financial literacy, look at our communities. You got churches on every corner. Every corner. Have that word put businesses into our community? Absolutely not. The teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad inspires you to live like a king in your castle, to live like a king. What does it mean when it says he will give us money, good homes, friendship in all walks of life? That's a promise from Allah. That's not no idle word from Allah. That's a promise. But in order to get money, friendship, money, good homes, and friendship in all walks of life, you have to be in perpetual motion. You have to be. You have to be in perpetual motion towards God. And everything else will follow. So we must have businesses. I can go to my brother's car lot and go get a car for him. I know I'm gonna get the best car at the most best reasonable price, and I know that he's not gonna sell me a lemon. If I go to my brother's restaurant, I know the food is gonna be clean. I know everything is gonna be structured right. I know I'm gonna get me a healthy meal. If we had a hospital, I ain't gotta worry about going over there. We talk about the white man, but then you gotta go get operated on him. You gotta go get an operation, and he's gonna do it. He's gonna perform the operation. That's silly. But we don't need business. Yeah, all right. You know, it takes intelligence to run a nation. Fools don't run a nation. It takes intelligence to run a nation. That's business. Allahu Akbar. Allah is indeed the greatest. Portrayal. We must be able to identify this individual and crush it. If I had a study guide, if I got a study guide that was approved from Chicago, I'm not going against the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan to save mine. I wouldn't care what if the deck was stacked against me. I'd take my hit and come back. And in taking my hit, I'm not going to say anything ill against my leader. Never. Never. You know, man, a person can't judge your heart, the love you got for your leader. Man, you can't judge a person's love. You don't even know. How can you? If I was blessed only by Chicago, only, so I'm just saying, and they allowed me, I brought my believers up there, because we ain't gonna talk, we gonna come with the brothers. We're not gonna talk. And I presented my plan, and the brothers allowed me to have an 18A in Cleveland. The type of brothers that we will produce, we won't even tolerate a brother talking about another brother, mishandling the sisters, having sex with a brother's wife. We won't tolerate you because you are an enemy and a threat to our nation. This ain't pimp school. This is the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad school. This is University of Islam. School just don't extend there. It extends all the way out to the world. We are in the University of Islam under the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. But we won't allow you to play with the fruit, play with the MGT. And we will only fight with those who fight with us. But we will strive to kill you for playing with the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. My spirit is getting stronger, stronger, and stronger. This ain't nothing to play with. You don't play with another man's wife, chump. And then talking all this dissension. You don't play with another man's wife. You don't do that. You don't divide your brother from his brother. You don't do that. You don't divide your sister from a sister. You don't do that. And we won't tolerate that. We will throw you out that door head first. And we don't care who you gonna get. I promise you. And those that say, he ain't like that, we want you first. See, we like to make the examples out of the toughest one. That appears to be the toughest one. We're not gonna play with these teachers, bro. And we don't care who you go get, because we're gonna meet you on the same level of energy that you bring. Whatever you bring, we're gonna match it. Chump. Because you're a chump. When we bring them brothers in, they're gonna be trained for war. And when we strive to build our study guide, even though I initiated it, I know I'm not a minister. I don't desire to be a minister. My heart, I don't have a minister's heart. I got a heart to protect fiercely. Fiercely. So when we build our study guide, our study group, if it was approved by Chicago, and if it's not approved, then it's not approved. I'm not gonna go build one in secret against my leader, because that's practicing betrayal. Because you're doing things in secret. Lame, not doing nothing against my leader in secret. Because it won't prosper and develop right. It just won't. Because some people, the reason why they don't build, because they want power. But it eludes them. Because you don't have the right heart for power. You will mishandle your power. If Chicago had blessed me with a study group, when we build our study group, from our work ethics, from our consistent work, will produce our minister, produce our captain, and produce our lieutenants. And whoever is produced, we will put them in that, we will back them 100%. I don't care about a title as long as I'm on this ship. But I will protect that. Man, with my life, I will kill you over that. I will take your life over that. You won't come in playing with that, and we'll strangle your ass to death. You won't play with that. I promise you. I promise you, you won't. You won't play with that. Because when you build a nation and you got the hearts of the people, you got to keep going forward. Because when you derail a lot of people, a lot of souls. Because some people just believing in the person, and they might not have that connection with God yet because they looking at you. But as you continue to go forward, they will release that connection with you, and now they connected to God because you kept going forward. So their appreciation of you is solid. But if you left, they'll still be there. Keep moving forward. If you play with these teachings around us, we will march you across that Arabian desert and make you walk every step of the way and march you right back into those caves of Europe and bound your ass back in there for 2,000 years because you have a Europe mindset. That's why it's so easy to see the enemy, because we come out of the enemy's world. We come out of his world. We come out of that world, so it's easy to see you. Allahu Akbar. Being a brother to a brother is the most honorable thing that we can do. If we say we love the teachings. I didn't mean to talk this long for real, but I had to get this betrayal off my heart because I can't stand that portraying type of brother who practices betrayal right amongst us. Family members who betray you. Do that hurt? Yeah, it hurt. Because the closest people to you can harm you. It ain't the person that's all the way on the other side, it's the ones that's closest to you. That's why the Quran say that your worstest enemies will come out of your household. And I'm going to leave with this. If you're a strong believer and you know in your heart that you try to conduct yourself as a good person every day, you try to follow the teachings to the best of your said ability, don't let no hypocrite take that. Don't let no insecure hypocrite play with that. Don't let no hypocrite dishonor you. Because we know who we are. Don't let nobody take your badge of honor that you have as a believer. Because believers are vitally important to Allah. And Allah knows the quality of your most innermost thoughts. And he knows you are good. I don't say these videos to try to, man, I'm expressing myself. I'm expressing what I believe, what I see, and what I know. And can't nobody take that. Nobody. Because Allah gave it to me. And he gave me the heart to speak it. I don't fear nothing but Allah. Nothing. You can play with it if you want to. You're playing with death. We don't play. We love our brothers. We honor our brothers. We honor our people. But you don't play with an FOI. You don't play with his God, his family, or his queen. That's the line that you don't want to play with. Because we get a highest level of respect. But on the opposite of that respect and love is destruction. I'm going to say this again. If you are a good Muslim in your heart, don't let nobody take that away from you. Your brother, Kabir, legend, Muhammad. Peace.